Hello and welcome to Scott Bryant's Fitness Systems. I'm just going to talk to you today about the Chek Institute. I've done some videos about the things I didn't like about the Chek Institute, and I just thought it'd be only fair for me to do some videos on what I like about the Chek Institute. So, what I like about the Chek Institute is that I studied in California, in San Diego. So that was just amazing, studying with all the other students that were there, and that was great. But the health benefits I've got from it is humongous. I understand now that there is overdoing it when you're exercising, and this can cause pain, injury and illness. So it's very important that you don't overdo it, that less is always more. And I learnt about, the anatomy and physiology on a much deeper level compared to what you learn on the basic YMCA or Premier or normal gym training courses. So that was good as well. And they referred more than 1,000 books to read to get your knowledge really, really high. So that was great as well. The other students I met on my journey with the Chek Institute of over 6 years, is I met some great students, and we would chat and argue about different things in the fitness industry and all whinge and moan about stuff. And obviously we all had that one connection that we're all studying the Paul Chek program. But really, out of the courses out there, apart from Charles Parlequin, who's now passed away, the courses that you do with Paul undoubtedly work, but unfortunately they don't advertise the successes of who the other Chekis have worked with, as well as who has Paul worked with. But Paul's come out a bit more than usual, so he's been explaining that he's worked with Danny Way, worked with Chuck Norris, worked with Tony Robbins or Anthony Robbins, and worked with Leod Hamilton, who's a mega famous water surfer. And then when I went out there, I met some fantastic people like Michelle, and she's got a boyfriend who's a surfer, and he was 60 years old and he had a six-pack. He looked amazing. And then the other thing is that if you look at Paul Chek himself, even though he smokes dope, and I'm not an advocate of that, but you do whatever you want to do. But to see Paul 60 years old and still in fantastic shape, and I've got a mate that's into the Chek system as not as in depth as me, and he's in fantastic shape at 60. So I know from seeing Paul and other trainers and stuff that are older than me that are still in awesome shape, that really gives me determination to keep going myself and to not give up. So it's highly important that that you remember the videos that I put up are not to slag off Paul himself, because I worked one-to-one with Paul and it was highly enjoyable and really good. And the stuff that I've learned has been amazing, but unfortunately many people don't believe in it. And the reason why they don't believe in it is because they're not done the study material, or they've not heard about chakras, and they've not heard about the gut wall affecting the spinal part of the body. And this could be why somebody's getting lower back pain, or somebody could be getting lower back pain because they've got a chakra that's imbalanced, that needs to be balanced. And we use exercise and healing. I'm going to do a video on meditation and using a Tibetan bowl after this one that you can watch. But I probably wouldn't have learnt that anywhere else. I could have done an individual course on chakras and stuff like that, but the unique thing is Paul has put it into exercise. Obviously you've got yoga where you use the chakra system, but they don't talk about using the chakra system to find out where the injury and the illness and the problem is. In yoga, you're just doing yoga as an exercise form, but they're not assessing the breath properly, they're not releasing the diaphragm if it's shut down, or they're not assessing individual chakras and going, right, you've got a fourth or fifth chakra issue, so you need to do this exercise which will unblock that and then release the energy into the neck chakra. And this is what Paul has put out there, the same as when he put Swiss balls out there in gyms in the early 80s. He was the one that started using Swiss balls in gyms and using strength and conditioning like deadlifting, squatting, pushing and pulling exercises with his clients. And the reason why he was doing that, because once you've had an operation on your lower back, the muscles atrophy and you lose muscle very fast. So the only way to gain it back is to get back into movement as quick as you can. I must admit some doctors are advocating strength and conditioning more than ever before, but it's taken over 20 years for them to get on board, you know, which is crazy. Whereas Paul Chek was already doing that in the early 80s because he had his own therapy centre in San Diego, and he was working with the doctors and the physios and using techniques that they were arguing about. Oh, you can't do that and you can't do this, da 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 da. But his argument was the clients are better. The clients are improving. So what is the problem? So I totally get that and totally understand that, and I think that's why I started really enjoying the Chek studying, and that's why I let you know a little story. I bought all the prerequisites, which was about fucking 10, and I bought all the prerequisites and they stuck in the cupboard for about 6 months to a year, and then I decided, right, it's time to start doing it's time to start doing the studying. And so I started doing the studying and done all the prerequisites for exercise coach, and then sat exercise coach, and that just blew my mind. And then I was sort of like addicted, totally addicted. And then I done HLC 1, then I done HLC 2, then I done level 2, then I done HLC 3, then I done level 3. So level 3 and HLC 3 I done in San Diego with Paul and Emma Lane and Susie Neville, and it was awesome. It was just like a magical time. And to be working with the guru himself, he doesn't like being called a guru, but he is really. All the dope smoking he's doing. But I really enjoyed it, you know, and flying out to San Diego and meeting Czechies from all over the world, which was amazing as well. But it's just an anticlimax when you get to level 4. I think because you've worked so hard to get that bit of paper, and then all of a sudden, you know, you've completed it all, it's all finished, it's all done. And you're like, well, what do I do next? So my next challenge is to do the Charles Parloquin, which Paul and Parloquin stopped getting on for some reason. I don't know why. I think Parloquin was saying Paul's system was not as good as his, and balancing on Swiss balls is not a good idea, and which in some respects it isn't a good idea, because a mate of mine, his girlfriend broke her arm. So you need to only be doing Swiss ball work if you are conditioned enough in the core to do that, not to just do it off to show it off as ego in the gym. So really, really important. So the Chek system is amazing. All the ducks are coming in now for dinner. I might have one for dinner later, I'm only joking. But it's really important for you to understand, I'm not slagging off Paul, I'm not slagging off the Chek Institute itself. It's just how they've changed it, and in my opinion has made it much worse for the students, like the where they want you to pay for to stay qualified. So they're making you pay £170 a year to stay qualified when nobody asks for the qualification and nobody recognises it. So it's really just a system to print money for the institute, and I don't agree with that. Especially me being a level 4, they should be giving that to me for free for going all that way, considering less than 1% even go to level 4 because it's so hard and so costly. And if it was recognised by doctors, physios, osteos, chiropractors and all these other professionals, and you were to get a referral base from that and you was helping each other, then it would be worth paying 100 and whatever it is to be credited on the website. But it doesn't work like that. Well, especially in the UK, it doesn't. We have to say that we're just trainers and then show the results that we can get for clients and then use that to try and get... Like, I've been working with a plastic surgeon for, got to be 19 years now. And that's because I keep him strong and I keep giving him new information on a regular basis because I keep reading, I keep studying, I keep learning. I don't think I know it all whatsoever. And this is really, really important. So when it comes to Chek studying, and what you will learn is absolutely amazing, but a lot of people, they don't know anything about chakras, they don't know anything about Tai Chi, so you're going to have to be the number one educator to them, to your client. So you've got to make sure you've read all the books, and this is the mistake which lots of trainers make when they do the Chek system. They just do the course, but then they don't do the other in-depth studying of the books that Paul recommends, or the books that he's read, so you get an idea and you can pass this on to the client. So that's how I managed to be more successful, was doing that by doing the recommended reads and by doing extra studying and extra courses. Like I done a shaman course for 2 years and thoroughly enjoyed that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I don't want to bore you to tears. Please like, please subscribe. But the Chek Institute is brilliant if you decide you want to study it. And obviously you don't have to go as far as me. You just go to the level that you think that you've learnt enough knowledge to get your guns bigger, or to help your clients more, or to help your family. But hands down, the system does work. It's just complex and very in depth. And I think if you just do exercise coach, or even exercise coach level 1 and HLC1, the knowledge that you'll have will far outweigh other people's knowledge. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please like, please share, and I look forward to sharing more great videos with you over the next coming weeks. Thank you, bye bye.